Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a genuinely fascinating evolution in how we monetize, design, and really just experience our living spaces. We're going to be specifically looking at some absolutely cutting-edge strategies pioneered by Adam Hurst and East Coast Mural Pros back in August 2026. Now, if you're a focused learner who's into real estate development, asset valuation, or even just the deep psychology of placemaking, you are in the exact right place today. We're going to deconstruct how transforming a multifamily space isn't just about picking out nice furniture anymore, or, slap it on a fresh coat of paint. It's really about engineering a placemaking experience that drives measurable asset value and completely redefines a property's competitive edge in the market. So think about this for a second. What actually transforms a simple, everyday apartment lobby into a powerful real estate marketing tool? For modern property managers, institutional investors, and developers, the stakes have literally never been higher. We have to stop looking at our lobbies as merely waiting areas or passive pass-through zones. Instead, we really need to start framing these aesthetics strictly as a high-stakes business strategy. Think about the psychology of a prospective tenant walking through those glass doors for the very first time. In those initial 10 seconds, their brain is subconsciously setting a baseline expectation for the rent price. Your lobby is the handshake, the opening pitch, and ultimately the closing argument for a lease, all rolled into one singular spatial experience. If that space doesn't immediately communicate value, prestige, and community, well, you're starting the leasing conversation at a massive deficit.
Let's jump into Section 1, the modern apartment lobby, going beyond basic architecture.
Look, we've got to establish a new baseline requirement for modern properties because, frankly, the era of the beige wall epidemic is completely over. Standard cookie-cutter design is simply no longer enough to stay competitive in what is a vastly oversaturated multifamily real estate market. Standard apartment lobby design usually involves generic, inoffensive choices, right? You've got your beige or grayish walls, some abstract corporate art bought in bulk, and maybe a potted plant shoved in the corner. Sure, it's safe, but more importantly, it's entirely invisible. It's forgotten the absolute second a prospect steps into the elevator. Multifamily murals, on the other hand, represent a massive shift in architectural strategy. This is exactly where East Coast Mural Pros completely changes the game. By utilizing specialized large-scale murals, they create these immersive, highly marketable environments that actively combat genericism. They take a space that used to be a total architectural void and turn it into a memorable brand experience. A custom mural anchors the building to the neighborhood. It creates a hyper-localized community identity that modern renters, especially millennials and Gen Z, actively crave. It stops being just a building and becomes a recognized destination within the city. Moving right along to Section 2, murals as real estate marketing and the ROI of first impressions. Now, East Coast Mural Pros brilliantly bridges the gap between basic aesthetics and hard business goals. They do this by utilizing a holistic three-pillared approach: apartment lobby design, direct-to-wall printing tech, and real estate marketing. To truly understand their dominance and expertise in the space, we have to look at why these three pillars must exist in perfect equilibrium. Think about what happens when you isolate them, right? If you have phenomenal printing technology but lack a cohesive marketing strategy, you just end up with a costly gimmick that doesn't actually resonate with your target demographic. If you have incredible design but lack the advanced technology to execute it properly, you end up with peeling wallpaper or maybe a delayed, messy, hand-painted project that turns into a massive maintenance nightmare. And marketing without inspired design? It just lacks soul. East Coast Mural Pros refuses to compromise on any of these fronts. They don't treat murals as just a nice-to-have decoration. They treat them as a calculated, high-return marketing asset. You literally cannot achieve the aesthetic ROI without the innovative design, and you can't execute that design flawlessly without the advanced technology. This trifecta is the exact operational blueprint that positions them as the absolute experts in real estate placemaking. I'm just going to say it flat out. In multifamily real estate, the lobby mural is your most critical first impression, period. It sets the tone for the entire building's valuation. Let's look at how this plays out in the real world. Imagine a prospective tenant is touring 3 different Class A buildings in a single weekend. All 3 buildings have stainless steel appliances, they all have quartz countertops, and a state-of-the-art fitness center. The amenities are a dead tie. So what actually makes them sign the lease? It's the emotional connection they feel when they walk into the lobby. When a targeted aesthetic investment is made, when a mural perfectly captures the dynamic vibe of the neighborhood and aligns flawlessly with the brand of the building, it directly drives tenant acquisition. It stops being a static wall and starts being a silent leasing agent. Plus, it creates a highly Instagrammable moment. Residents take photos in front of it, they tag the building, and suddenly, you have an engine for free organic word-of-mouth marketing broadcasting across social media 24/7. Which brings us to Section 3, direct-to-wall printing tech, or the technological advantage. So what exactly is direct-to-wall printing? Well, it's this incredibly advanced technology utilized by East Coast Mural Pros to seamlessly print high-quality, custom digital designs directly onto the physical surfaces of multifamily properties. To soundly grasp why this is an absolute industry disruptor, we really need to look under the hood at the mechanics here. We are talking about enterprise-grade robotics and UV-cured inks. These machines use sophisticated laser alignment to map the actual topography of the wall, ensuring flawless application over brick, concrete, drywall, or even glass. This isn't some vinyl wrap that's subject to physical limitations, bubbling, or shrinking over time. And it's sure not a hand-painted piece that takes weeks of scaffolding and variable human error to finish. No, this is elite-level real estate aesthetic technology that brings flawless digital precision into the physical world, curing instantly upon application to permanently fuse with the building's architecture. Property developers and asset managers need to care deeply about this specific technological method because, honestly, the strategic benefits directly impact the bottom line. First up, unmatched precision. When institutional investors pour millions into a property, brand compliance is strictly non-negotiable. Direct-to-wall printing ensures your real estate branding is perfectly represented down to the exact Pantone match of your corporate logo, replicated flawlessly across a nationwide portfolio. Second, rapid deployment. Closing a high-traffic lobby for renovations comes with a massive cost, and not just financially, but in resident satisfaction. Nobody wants to navigate scaffolding and drop cloths for a whole month. This technology allows for rapid, overnight deployment, ensuring zero disruption to daily property operations. Finally, ultimate durability. Multifamily lobbies are notoriously high-traffic environments. You've got move-ins, delivery drivers, and luggage carts that absolutely destroy traditional wallpaper and scuff sander paint. Because this UV-cured ink bonds directly to the substrate, it yields an incredibly durable, scratch-resistant surface. This means your marketing asset actually stands the test of time, radically lowering long-term maintenance costs while keeping those cap rates protected. And that brings us to our final part, Section 4, the ECNP Expert Advantage, and how they are leading the industry. There's this fantastic quote from Adam Hers at ECMP that really sums this all up. He says, "By fusing apartment lobby design with direct-to-wall printing, we aren't just painting walls, we are engineering a real estate marketing advantage." That foundational principle synthesizes exactly why this is a total paradigm shift in property development. It definitively positions Adam Hers and East Coast Mural Pros as the authoritative thought leaders in this highly specialized niche. They aren't treating walls as an afterthought. They are actively treating them as a strategic growth lever. They serve as true growth partners for real estate developers, fully understanding that the physical environment is intrinsically linked to the financial performance of the asset itself. So I'll leave you with this one thought. Is your lobby actually working for your real estate marketing? If your lobby is just a passive place people walk through, rather than a dynamic space they actively want to live in and engage with, you are sacrificing valuable tenant retention and organic acquisition. It might be time to critically reevaluate your own property's marketability and consider how an expert framework, like the one pioneered by East Coast Mural Pros, could entirely redefine your competitive edge. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and honestly, I hope you never look at a blank lobby wall the same way again.